All right, good morning, everybody. We are here for the Marion County Board of Commissioners weekly board session. It's Wednesday, March 26th, 2025. It's 9:02 a.m. and we're in the Senator Hearing Room at 555 Court Street Northeast in Salem. And if you would, please stand and join me to do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. Okay, we don't have anybody signed up today for public comment, so we're going to go into our first presentation, which is the Youth Employment Program Biannual Report. Sarah, Kim, and Dean. Good morning.
Good morning. I am Sarah Cootley with the Economic Development Program in Community Services. And this morning we are bringing in Willamette Workforce Partnership to do their twice annual report on the Youth Wage Employment Program. We have an agreement with them that goes through June of 26 for $60,000 annually to from the Economic Development Program for this youth employment program. And so I'm going to just turn it over to Kim Parker-Duranis, who is their Executive Director, and Dean Craig, the Business Services Director, and they can start their presentation.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Awesome.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy to be here. I'm going to run the slide deck, and Dean is going to do most of the talking. So.
And we would love it if you would introduce yourself for the record.
Yes, sorry. For the
No
record,
worries.
Kim Parker-Duranis, Executive Director of Willamette Workforce Partnership.
Thank you.
And I'm Dean Craig, Business Services Director of Willamette Workforce Partnership. Happy to be here.
Thanks for being here.
So, I'm not going to read the entire thing to you because I just get insulted when people do that to me. But
We can read.
Pardon me?
I said we can read.
Exactly. We have been now 7 months into the new, or six months into the new contract. It was a slow start this year.
Yes.
This program, as you know, and I think you all know, helps to incent businesses to employ youth ages 14 through 17. We have employed this year, we've helped 20 companies have signed up, 9 have been approved, 21 youth are employed. Total hours are 1,779.6. We have reimbursed $8,897.95. I think that the interest you did move on. Our outreach has been via email primarily and social media, and our website. County has shared it out quite a lot through social media. I believe on the county website as well. Partner organizations have been great at helping to promote the program. We got a bit of a late start with youth this year because of a number of reasons. And so we have not seen the number of youth applying for jobs at the same time that employers are ready for them. So employers hired early, and we're trying to catch up. You can move to the next one, please. I already mentioned that 20 employers have applied. Not all have been approved. There's a process that we utilize to approve employers to make sure that the work is appropriate for youth, and there's been a couple of times when it just hasn't, both for safety reasons and legal reasons. So we've opted not to move forward with some of those businesses. Go ahead. Like I said, 9 have been approved, hiring 21 youth. Okay, next slide. Cynthia Human from Sanium Oil loves this program. In fact, I just talked to her Monday, and she just is so excited to continue and hire a new batch this summer, hopefully. Part of the program is to attempt to determine if this program helps youth in their future, to guide them through whatever they may or may not do in the future. Our first attempt at this was to employ Oregon employability skills, and we kind of created, so there are 10 traits that have been identified in Oregon employability skills. And we did create a questionnaire that the youth go through, and then a post questionnaire, same one, again, to see if their answers changed any. We haven't found it to be overly effective. However, I'm pretty excited to say that I've been working closely with the creator of Oregon employability skills, and they have a new survey that's built just to do this. It's launching now. We're in the process of finalizing details on it right now. So we'll utilize that new process moving forward, and I'm quite excited about it. I'm not a curriculum writer, but she is. And so she learned how to do all this assessment, and I'm pretty excited about it. Move next, there you go. Hours worked I mentioned, that was June through September, the first segment there, 1,321. Last October through January of this year, 1,779. Total for this contract so far is 3,100.9 with a reimbursement of $15,504.03. The key takeaways, as you can see here, are the employers are really excited about it. When they see that there's an opportunity to take a chance on youth and that there's an investment from the county, they're so appreciative. It's been really remarkable, the response that I've received personally from these folks, the business owners that say, I don't think I could hire most of these kids without this. Because frankly, at minimum wage as it is, $14.70 an hour, it's a big risk for a kid that's never had a job, and they don't know if that is, they're gonna help them earn that at least enough to cover their expense. Impact on the youth, again, we're revamping that. Most of the youth that I've spoken with are really excited about working in general. And I ask them often, what is it you like about working? Well, it's the money, of course. I can buy my own stuff. I can do my own thing. I can go to the movies. I can do whatever. We hope that with this new survey that is being created, that will give us a better idea of what the youth are gaining from their time working, I hope. I feel really confident about it.
Is it going to be like in a format that youth are interested in engaging in? You know, like a survey on Instagram or something?
Well, that's part of what's being developed right now. The survey part is done. How to get it out there so it's easily accessible for youth is that about we can do it on a web-based, on their phone or wherever. But I challenged Sherry Clark to make it a little bit more enticing, and a little bit more appealing to kids.
The survey that we've been using over the last has been virtual and accessible through QR code.
Yeah.
So we have, and frankly, one of the conversations we've had is, I wonder if we should also like have a paper version and take it to the employer and say to the youth at the end, you don't get to leave until you've completed this.
Sure, yeah, add some responsibility to the employer who's being supported.
You get paid for a half hour.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Before you fill this out.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, that's the push.
Okay, great.
Because it's the end survey that we've had
Big time
had a
struggle.
challenge getting. The first one is easier. It's that when they're done, they're out, and they're gone. So we have to build those parameters, I think, in to put the onus on the employer as well.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's it.
What'd you do?
And what happened to the thank you? There should be a thank you. I guess we didn't thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We know you're thankful. We're thankful for you. When we asked for this project to be created, it was, kind of swift in 2021, and you guys have been, improving it every single year. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Dean, I really appreciate the amount of effort and I think joy that you bring to this work.
Thank you.
I've heard from folks, I've known you for a long time, but people appreciate the passion, enthusiasm that you bring into the work of connecting people
Thank you.
to jobs and skills, and just thank you.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Am I blushing?
Commissioner Cameron?
Yeah, I thought it was interesting, the slide that showed the amount of hours and dollars that was, where was it?
It's got the bright
This one?
red bold at the
No,
top.
it was with the dollars.
Next one.
Blue.
Maybe the
One
next,
more.
maybe one more.
Oh, red.
Yes.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in June through September, we had more out, which would be typically when youth was out of school, and but we had more for Oh, I see, that's no, yeah,
Yeah.
October to January,
Mhm.
we had more reimbursement and more hours than we did when youth are typically out of school.
We missed the first wave.
I think
Okay.
he said
All
that
right.
there was a slow
Yeah.
start. It was probably a contract issue that we had here that got
Yeah.
them going
Okay.
late in the spring last year, so there was a little bit of a delay.
Which is why we're also very excited for this year.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
we're gonna promote more in the high schools, so we'll get youth before they actually leave, high school. And so I suspect the numbers this year will look quite different, more in line with what you're
Good.
suggesting.
It just occurred to me, because Ag Fest is coming up in a few weeks. It might be worth, we have different departments that go to different activities to promote the county. This might be something that we should be considering, Kelly, with different programs through community services. If we're out in the community, whether we have a table at Ag Fest, in the health department, or whatever, to have this as an information share so the public can access it.
Yeah.
Even further, maybe we don't need experts to talk to it, but, have some
Flyer.
flyers and some handouts, a QR code that people can scan, that a broader community can access kind of on that flow. Yeah, it's a great flyer.
Great.
I'll be bringing the information to Career Connections, where all the Salem Kaiser students, older students who want to come do a mock interview.
I was gonna say, is that interview thing?
Yeah. Yes, that interview thing.
Usually I'm on the side of the table where I'm interviewing these youth, but I forget what it's called.
Same.
Mock interviews.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll be bringing the information there for the students to see. And the
Great.
businesses will be there as well.
Okay. Yeah, well, we have an opportunity, we can push it a little further, and we should do that, so we'll figure that out. Yeah.
And I would love to help out at AgFest because I'm a big fan.
I'm just going as a customer. I just know it's coming, and I know that, the county has different roles in different places, and that came to mind. I don't know if we have a station there. We should if we don't, but I don't know who would go do that.
Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner Bethel, for starting this in the way back days. And thank you guys
We
for
stole it
doing
straight from Lynn
Yeah.
County.
Well, thank you,
And
Lynn
thank
County,
you,
for
Lynn County,
inspiring.
and-
We're doing better, though.
Yes, I saw a post about it, and happy to steal good work.
Don't have to
And improve
reinvent.
on it.
Yeah, I can really give credit where credit is due. I think we've improved it, and we have a lot invested, and that's all that matters for Marion County.
Thank
So,
you.
Any other questions?
Appreciate it very much.
Nope,
It's
we're
true.
good.
I've always said that, in the restaurant business, you can steal somebody's idea, it's all about execution.
Yeah.
You can't execute it, then forget it.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, thank you. Thanks for
Thank
being
you.
here.
Thank you
It's so
very
nice to
much.
see you.
Appreciate it.
All right, we have one proclamation today. It's to consider approval designating the month of April 2025 as Child Abuse Prevention Month in Marion County. Sid is going to come forward and introduce your guests, because I'm not exactly sure who all's coming to the microphone. So I'll leave it to you.
Okay,
Welcome to the boardroom, sir,
thank you.
in your new role.
Yeah, exciting.
It is exciting.
Good morning. I'm Sid Venkatachalam, Program Manager with Marion County Youth and Family Services. We want to thank the Marion County Board of Commissioners for giving us this time to make a request to proclaim April as Child Abuse Prevention Month. As a representative of Marion County Youth and Family Services, I'd like to speak about our agency's role in preventing and addressing child abuse across the county. Currently, approximately 60% of the individuals we serve are impacted by involvement with Oregon Department of Human Services. And to support these children, we reserve dedicated assessment appointments for those in the foster care system, ensuring that they receive timely, high-quality mental health services. In addition, our same-day access program allows youth and families to receive services without delay when there is a need. We also operate a specialized early assessment and support alliance team, which serves youth experiencing their first episode of psychosis, which is a group that is statistically more vulnerable to trauma and abuse. As part of Marion County Health and Human Services, we're proud to stand with fellow community mental health agencies in raising awareness about this critical issue and promoting the safety and well-being of children in our community. And with that, I have the privilege of introducing two of our partners here, Peter Carrillo and Adrian Thomas from Liberty House.
Are you going to come to the microphone, Adrian? Come on, ma'am.
Am I running the presentation?
Yeah, either way. I was wondering if there was going to be a presentation. Okay, great. Short.
Yes, so I'm Peter Carrillo, and I'm here representing Liberty House and the Child Abuse Prevention Month Committee. We believe that everyone has a role to play in preventing child abuse and neglect. Go ahead, move on to the next slide. The next, actually. In 2023, there were over 11,000 unduplicated victims of child abuse and neglect in the state of Oregon. Here, there were 979 of them right here in Marion County, and 36.5 of these victims were 5 years old and younger. So we are asking everyone to focus this month on preventing this issue. We are imagining a community that recognizes the importance of parents, family members, friends, teachers, coaches, and other safe adults. We are imagining a community that enjoys spending time building relationships with the children in their lives. And we are imagining a community that learns how to talk to children about bodily safety, about boundaries, about healthy touch, and about identifying safe adults in their lives. We are asking that people get trained to recognize the potential signs of abuse and neglect and to react responsibly to concerns of abuse. We are asking the community to support organizations that are strengthening families, organizations here in town like Liberty House, Marion County Health and Human Services, like the Y, Family Building Blocks, etc. Prevention happens when we all get together to act. I won't read all of this slide because there's a lot of things on here that you can do in order to prevent child abuse and neglect. These are just some ideas. We have a few more if you'll go on to the next one. Support Child Abuse Prevention Month. Wear some blue to raise awareness. You can visit some of these websites, you can spread the word on social media, and you can partner with your organizations because together we can all keep children safe. Our question today is, what will you do to prevent child abuse and neglect in your community and to keep kids safe and healthy? Thank you.
Adrian, do you want to add anything? Like introduce yourself for the record, and then I saw you give something to Terry.
Hello, everyone. Adrian Thomas, longtime employee of Liberty House and on the prevention team. Love sharing what we do with people in the community. Our free child safety trainings are available in English and Spanish to anyone, so we love that we can provide that for our community, help strengthen family bonds. We think that's really the key to preventing child abuse, too.
Well, thanks for being here. Thanks,
Yeah.
Peter. Do you want to talk about the parade at all?
Yeah, that's what I
Okay.
brought some flyers if anyone would like to see
Do you
all
want
the
to
trainings.
Sid, you want to go
and-
backwards to this? There's a slide that advertises that. Is there? Oh, there's no date on it.
Actually,
No,
I think
it's,
that's not
so
on there.
we do have a parade on, happening on April 4th at 8:15, starting at the fairgrounds and ending at Salem Police Department.
Yeah. So we would encourage people to come, decorate your vehicles, tell people about it, post on social media, and lean in to the organizations that work every day in our community to do child abuse prevention and also the support system for the families and children that are navigating it, including the health department. Sid, I know this is a new project for you this year. I appreciate that you are taking it on for the county. I think it's important that we have an active role in the community partnerships and making sure that we have advertised where services exist in order for folks to be stabilized. Commissioners, do you have any questions or comments?
No, I appreciate the question at the end, because it makes us think. And I know I attended the, I don't know if you call it your soiree, but it was out at Creekside this year.
Yeah, that was the holiday soiree, yeah.
You need a bigger room.
We're working on that.
Yeah, and donated some money to that. Appreciate those events that you do that keep the community engaged. And I know that it's an important thing. Every year that we do this, it gets a little emotional because you think about trying to work ourselves out of a job, and it doesn't seem like sometimes we make progress. However, if we weren't doing the things that we are doing, we don't even want to imagine what it would be like. That's what I always say, whether it's this or if you think about homelessness, the resources and the people that make a difference to where we're at today really do make a difference. So it's not like we're doing nothing. We're doing a lot.
That's right.
Yeah. So thank you for your service. Appreciate it.
Thank you. I just want to say thanks to everybody who does this work year in and year out. It never gets tired. As Commissioner Cameron said, we all hope for the day when there's no more work to be done. But thanks for being tireless in your advocacy for our kids.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah.
Was that 8:15 on the 4th?
I would recommend arriving at the fairgrounds as early as 7:30 to decorate your vehicle a little bit and get us lined up, and then we're departing at 8:15 to go through town.
For you, Commissioner Cameron, we'd like you to be there by 8 a.m.
Yeah.
There's somebody else handling your decorated vehicle.
I used to have a blue vehicle, so I didn't even have to
There you
decorate
go.
it, but I don't know that, and they always fly off when I do it. Yeah, you're
Well-
right, somebody else needs to do
Somebody,
it.
Chanel does a great job
Just-
in making the board's vehicle work. I don't have the idea, but she's very creative, and I'm thrilled for her.
Well, you know me, I need somebody to do all that stuff for me, because I have, I have a weakness.
But then we're glad this year, we have the community room at Salem Police Department, where some of us, again, from CAP Committee will just, share our organization and what we're doing to prevent child abuse in the community. Only holds about 60 or 70, so it's got to get there. And
Well, on the
get
upside, as soon as the parade's over, the board has a meeting, so unfortunately, we will not come into your,
Yeah.
but we will plant pinwheels.
Yep, we'll have the
So,
pinwheels
that's my favorite
for
part.
everybody to have, and,
At the end of the parade,
uh-huh.
at the Salem Police Department, we plant pinwheels in the ground,
We have a meeting
I
on
do.
the 4th?
Well, you might not, sir, but I do.
It's not on
You
my
can go
schedule
in
yet.
there.
Not on my schedule yet, but it may be.
We'll work
Yeah,
on
we'd love to
managing
have
later. Okay, would you please make a motion for the proclamation?
I would. Let's see.
I need a
Madam Chair, I move that we approve a proclamation designating April as Child Abuse Prevention Month in Marion County.
I'll second the motion.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye, the motion passes. Okay, thank you. Would you begin the proclamation?
Yep. In the matter of proclaiming the month of April 2025 as Child Abuse Prevention Month in Marion County, a proclamation. This matter came before the Marion County Board of Commissioners at its regularly scheduled public meeting on March 26, 2025. Whereas the health and viability of our community is dependent upon the investment in our most vulnerable children, and whereas in 2023 there were 11,191 unduplicated reported victims of child abuse and neglect in Oregon, of which 979 were victims in Marion County, and 36.5% were 5 years old or younger. And
Whereas we encourage all members of the community to be aware of the issues involved in the prevention of harm to young people so that the next generation will be safe, strong, and successful. And whereas by strengthening families and providing safe, stable, nurturing environments that are free from violence, abuse, and neglect, opportunities are created for children's optimal growth and success, ensuring a secure future for our communities where the needs of children are a priority and the needs of families are met. And whereas
The Marion County Board of Commissioners asks everyone to join together as individuals, organizations, and government agencies to protect our children and prevent child abuse in our community. Now therefore, it is hereby proclaimed that the month of April 2025 is Child Abuse Prevention Month in Marion County, dated at Salem, Oregon, this 26th day of March 2025. And now you get to get a photo. Are you so excited? Sid, you too. Jan, would you join us?
It's because I'm wearing blue.
Yes. You avoid pictures.
He's wearing blue.
Jane used to run off the stage. Here's the proclamation for the White House and one for the Health Department.
All right, you guys ready? Right here. 3, 2, 1. One more. Thank you.
Do you want to come up here, Katrina? Get a picture? Yeah, that's what I meant. I think you want to be in it, you can too, but, okay. Great. Thank you. Nice to see you. Yeah. Thanks. Thank you.
she hasn't responded, so, yeah. I saw you walk back up here and I go, you weren't in the picture, were you?
He ran, you know, like Jane used to like, she was like
He goes over there so he's out of the view.
Yeah, right, that's fair.
I have parade info and training info.
Perfect, thank you. Thanks for being here. Thank you. Okay, Commissioner Cameron, did you do the consent calendar last week?
It doesn't matter, but
Okay, would you do it
I
again?
will
if
be
in the
happy
event?
to, I will be happy to do it.
Thanks. Somebody give me a list.
Madam Chair, I'll move the consent calendar. First item is under Board of Commissioners. Approve an order appointing additional staff members in the Board of Commissioners office as clerk of the board. Under Health and Human Services, approve a purchase order with Quill LLC in the amount of $279,765.20 for the purchase and distribution of wipes for individuals enrolled in Marion County Health and Human Services Intellectual Development Disabilities Program. Under Public Works, schedule final consideration to adopt an administrative ordinance for April 2nd, 2025 for zone change comprehensive plan change case number 24-003, Johnny C. Davidson. And finally, under the tax office, approve orders for property tax refund for the following tax accounts. LKQ Corporation account 341256 in the amount of $182,793.57. Roberson Building Salem LLC account number 587777 in the amount of $25,802.07, and Roberson Building Salem LLC account number 587778 in the amount of $34,893.23.
I'll second the motion.
A motion and a second, is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye, the motion passes. We'll now move on to action items. Katrina is going to join us and talk to us about amendment number 12 to the incoming funds participating provider service agreement with Pacific Source.
Good morning.
Good morning.
For the record, my name is Katrina Griffith, the Deputy Director of Health and Human Services, and I'm here this morning on behalf of Ryan. I'm here seeking your approval for an amendment to our agreement with Pacific Source Community Solutions. This amendment allows us to continue providing outpatient mental health services, addiction treatment, crisis response, and public health to Oregon Health Plan members through calendar year 2025. Pacific Source holds the Coordinated Care Organization contract with the Oregon Health Authority, and they reimburse Marion County for services on a per member per month, fee-for-service, and case rate basis. Currently, in Marion and Polk counties, there are 134,000 Oregon Health Plan members. For 2025, Pacific Source is increasing our rates across the board by 3.4%. There are some additional language changes in the 2025 contract that are different from 2024. There are 3 service codes that were previously covered under our capitation arrangement as related to skills training, peer support, and case management. And so moving these codes from capitation to fee-for-service will help sustain some of our programs like Wraparound and the ACT program, or Assertive Community Treatment. There was language updates around the medical loss ratio, which is the percentage of premium dollars spent on medical claims and quality improvement compared to administrative costs and profit. So that the new language just updates the timeline for MLR, medical loss ratio reporting. And then the youth wraparound language was revised to reflect updated Oregon administrative rules, references, and to clarify training and documentation requirements. And those are the primary changes from the 2024 to the 2025 contract, and I'm happy to answer any questions or provide further details.
Thank you. Commissioners, do you have any questions, comments?
No.
Great. Commissioner Willis, I'll take a motion.
Madam Chair, I move that we approve amendment number 12 to incoming funds participating provider service agreement with Pacific Source Community Solutions to add $26 million for a new contract total of $114,172,591 for updates to the reimbursement schedule for the risk incentive model and the fee-for-service reimbursement, and amendments to the medical loss ratio reporting and the youth fidelity wraparound addendum.
I'll second the motion.
A motion and a second. Just in discussion, because it just occurred to me, this is because you guys did some internal work to identify some gaps in that fee and reimbursement, is that right?
We renew our contract with Pacific Source annually, and yes, this is part of the looking at how to, we've been talking with Pacific Source about how to improve our reimbursement for wraparound specifically, and so they helped us identify some codes that we should be billing on the fee-for-service basis. So it's been a collaborative effort with them.
Right, thank
Yes.
you. Well, the reason I asked this is I want to say thank you for doing that work. It's important overall to the county, but specifically, that wraparound program is necessary and needs to be increased, in my opinion, access increased for services for some really vulnerable youth in our communities, and we've struggled because of the cost. And so this, I hope, closes that gap some and gives us an opportunity to be able to bring more youth into that particular program. So thanks
Yeah.
to you and your team, and also for Pacific Source willingness to explore that to get us to this point.
Yeah, absolutely, and we'll keep you updated as we go to see if it's
Thank
working
you.
out that way.
That's great. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye, the motion passes. Thank
you.
you. All right, Austin, under Public Works, we're going to consider adoption of an administrative ordinance approving zone change comprehensive plan change case number 24004 Woodbury Properties. Good morning.
Good morning. So yes, that is correct. And for the record, Austin Barnes, Marion County Planning Department. We are here today to consider the adoption of an administrative ordinance to approve the zone change and comprehensive plan change 24-004 for Woodbury Properties LLC. Just a quick summary of the case. This is on the western side of Brooks Hotmere, just west of River Road, and this is a property that's going from a residential zone to an unincorporated community commercial zone so that they can do the same sort of uses. The applicant owns property adjacent. They want to do some storage uses. This is going to be the same use, same zone there. And so the Marion County's hearings officer held a duly noticed public hearing on October 3rd, 2024, and issued a decision on January 13th, 2025, approving the zone change, comprehensive plan change. The board then held a duly noticed public hearing on the application on February 26th, 2025, and considered all the evidence in the record and approved the request. The ordinance and findings have been prepared, and the notice of adoption was given on March 19th, 2025. The administrative ordinance is now set for formal adoption. The staff recommended motion is to approve the administrative ordinance. The other options for consideration would be to direct staff to make changes and approve a modified ordinance, or to not approve the ordinance today. I'm happy to answer any questions you guys have.
Do you have any questions, commissioners?
No, we already heard this, right?
Yes, we had a
Yeah.
public hearing on
Yeah.
it. We went through the details.
Yeah.
We pulled up the location. Seems like the natural shift.
Yep.
Like a no-brainer process. If that's the case, Commissioner Cameron, would you make a motion?
Yeah, Madam Chair, I will move that we adopt an administrative ordinance approving zone change comprehensive plan, case number 24-004, Woodbury Properties LLC, as referenced in Exhibit A and Exhibit B.
I'll second the motion.
A motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye, the motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we've no public hearings today. Is there anything you would prefer to, like to add to the record?
We're just busy at the Capitol.
Yes, sir.
Lots of stuff going on.
Yes. You know, actually, since you bring that up, next week on Thursday, on the 3rd, in the House Judiciary Committee, there are several bills that are going to be heard in public hearing and a couple work sessions related to civil commitment. Since I've been a commissioner now, this is my 5th year, we've had lots of testimony in this room from members of the public who have loved ones who need access to care through civil commitment and have been unable to achieve that care. And so I would just like to share with the public, if you're watching and you're interested, to go online to the Oregon Legislature to look up the House Judiciary Committee for Thursday, April 3rd, and look at their agenda, review those pieces of legislation, and show up. You can provide testimony in person, you can sign up to do it online, and you can also submit it in writing. I believe that the legislature today is interested in this conversation, which is why we've gotten this far with some of this legislation. And I think that there's still some convincing that needs to occur from individuals who need their family members to have that particular treatment. So engage in that way if you can. And I will be there most of that day going through the legislation and testifying on behalf of the county, and then in a couple spaces personally. So
Yeah.
it's really important work. And I'm really grateful that we have a bipartisan approach to this specific topic
It's not partisan.
in behavioral health. No, it's not. I mean,
Shouldn't
it's
be.
not, it should not be partisan. And right now, we do have some good bipartisan approach to some of the outcomes that we can achieve. So anyway, that's all I have.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, all right. If there's nothing else, we'll adjourn. Have a great day.
Thank you.